Right. Yo, what's good, Crew Nation? What's popping, y'all? Yeah, I know y'all didn't know. I know I was kind of MIA, but live from the Domination event 2021. Y'all know we back in this thing in Richmond, Virginia, man. I'm about to start bringing artists in here, and we're going to have, conversations, man. Conversations. Let me just make sure in here. Yo, y'all let me know what's up, man. Y'all let me know what's up. I'm about to start bringing artists in here. What's up? Oh, yeah. Let me know. Yo, Outer City, what's good, fam? Hey, man, y'all stay in here. I'm about to go bring some artists in here. Y'all make sure y'all stay in here, all right? There's going to be a lot of moving around and different things like that, but we'll get it set, y'all. We'll get it set. Huh. Fresh cover. Thank you, John. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Had to get the little Aaron Cole on. You feel me? Had to get the Aaron Cole. You stay there.
I don't want to. You want to come talk to Daddy soon? Huh? I don't want to go follow Dad. No.
Yo, first guest I've got coming into the show is Grillum Sanders in the building. Y'all give a hand for Grillum Sanders in the building. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We back outside.
Yeah, something like that.
You know what I'm saying? Let me fix this, man. We can't be having it looking a mess, man. Let me fix that. I mean, it's not really though. See?
Yeah, it's straight on there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why you gotta tell the people? See, man,
I don't know what they see.
Hey, man. Okay, so let's get with it, man. You fresh right now. I see the earrings. I see the grill. I see the weight loss, man. How you feeling, bro?
I feel great, man.
Yeah?
I feel great. No complaints at all, dog.
Hey, man, we back outside.
Yeah.
Back outside now. Is this your first event since
No.
COVID? Okay, so talk to me. What's up with that?
These shows is a little interesting, man. Everybody's scared. Everybody's scared to come outside. Everybody's scared to really mob out.
Facts.
So this is I probably got about 4 or 5 shots in since the pandemic lifted.
Now you're not scared of Miss Rona? Like you just out here just raw dogging shows.
No, I'm straight.
So man, any Trop is in the building. You intimidated at all? You didn't bring GOM in here? Like you by yourself.
Yeah, I mean, you can do that when you cool. You know
hey, but this your spot, right, VA?
Yeah, this is my spot.
Yeah, this your stomping ground?
That's why I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
you good in the hood. Hold on, I gotta get in the frame. I know they telling me I ain't in the frame. Hold on. So you good in the hood because this is where your stomping ground's at.
Right.
Now, would you say that in front of Chris Brown?
Absolutely.
No, Chris Brown is a god out here.
I know Chris Brown from the Tappahannock days, man.
Man,
so when he was a rapper.
Okay.
Since then.
So did you teach him how to rap?
No, I didn't do that.
I mean, because I've been hearing you taking credit for Cole's rapping.
Hey, listen, bro. It is what it is. It is what it is. Hey, I can neither confirm nor deny such things, bro.
Yeah, man. So the show hasn't started just yet. You know, went through your sound check, right, and everything like that. You know, what can people expect if they wanted to come right now? If they watching us from Virginia, okay, what can they expect from Jered Sanders, from Skinny Jered?
Energy, man. Now I'm skinny.
Right.
You already know what time it is. Like, yeah, I'm about to get some calories burnt. That's what's gonna happen.
That's a fact. So what we talking about? Running across stage? What's up?
Maybe. We'll see. It's a grab bag of things that can happen.
Can I get invited on stage?
Hey, you know what?
But look,
willing to be.
But look, I want to perform one of your older hits, like the ones that they don't know is what I want to perform.
Okay, so then you can't be on stage, because you're going to say something crazy. I can't. No, we can't.
Hey, man, you was saved then, bro.
I was semi-saved.
I mean,
You know how you like lukewarm?
Yeah,
Like,
you trying to talk about me right now?
Yeah. No. I don't know.
You trying to talk about me right now? You always say I'm not saved, bro. You always say I'm not saved.
Okay, you're safe.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah,
I'm
saved is like the end.
Hey, man.
In between, you safe.
I got it. I'm right there. I'm okay. I'm working to be a better person.
Right, that's all you can do.
That's all I can do. So, man, look. So, did you try to get any of your people from GOM to show up?
Nah.
Not at all?
Nah, I can hold.
Come on, Wado.
Nah, I can hold my squirrel.
Wado, we live streaming. They need to see y'all anyways.
I got you.
Hey, we got Wado in the building.
I know you was on the
DJ Wado is in the building.
I know you.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? This is love, man. The OG's in the building.
Yeah.
It's
man.
my first time meeting you in person, bro.
I know, man. After I stole your video clips and different things like that.
You did steal my video.
Hey, you called me out, though. I appreciate it.
I'm gonna sit down.
Hey, come on, man.
Because I was mad you stole my video clip.
Hey, you know what? You did call me. Hey, you did call me on that, bro.
I was mad.
You hit me up. You was like, hey, fam. I really don't. Matter of fact, I probably still got. I know I still got the. You know I do. You said, hey, man. You know, I like what you do, but you can't be just around here stealing people's clips. And you know what? I didn't realize how big that was because that was a Lecrae interview. So we talking about how huge that is just within itself. You know what I'm saying?
That was my first video one with him. I had that was the first. I think that was the first one we did video. I think.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
No wonder it was such a big deal. So let me tell y'all how it worked, right?
Well, me and Lecrae had a little beef for a while too.
Oh,
so,
word?
Yeah, so that was
Well, you know, hey man, I've always been kissing Lecrae's feet, so I don't know what you're talking about.
That's true. You very
Really?
much
That's
have.
what you about to do?
Very
You about
true.
you because you know me.
It wasn't like a I hate you beef.
Yeah.
We just had some strong disagreements.
Yeah.
Some disagreements.
With how he was moving, and I was never disrespectful to him, privately or publicly, but like I keep it real with people. So I was just like, hey, bro, like this is affecting this in all these different ways, and so we just wasn't seeing eye to eye on some stuff, and so I was actually surprised when he did that interview. Truthfully.
Oh, so that was after that. I mean, before that interview. Here.
We were at a conference in Atlanta, the first Just Gospel conference, and so I did an interview with KB the day before that we actually never put out, and then Lecrae came the next day, and I just asked him, I was like, yo, man, like, you down to do an interview? And I think he felt like he couldn't say no, truthfully.
Okay.
And so we did it.
Checkmate.
I mean,
but
it's Wado though. See, that's what he kind of slid in there. Honestly, he couldn't say no.
No.
That's what he slid in there.
No. It's because there was people around.
Yeah.
In front of other people.
Yeah.
So it was.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah. I get it. I asked him in front of other people.
It worked.
So yeah. But just back to the thing.
Yeah, back to me stealing. I got you, bro.
So this is the thing, and I don't remember if I actually said this to you or not. I didn't mind you reposting it if you would have talked about it.
Right.
Like
That's
added,
what you said.
If you would have added your own commentary,
yeah.
Actually, truthfully, I would have wanted to watch that.
Right. But it was in the beginning of the video, it was straight 2 minutes of your interview with Lecrae. Now, granted, your interview was long, and I was like, yo, why is he treating this interview like, 30 minutes or so? But it was, and that was when I was trying to find my way. I didn't know how I wanted to do it. Yeah. So I did. I took 2 minutes of your interview. You kindly hit me in the DM and was like, yo, hey, go and take that down. Hit me up if you need anything. I'm willing to talk to you. I'm willing to show you. But he was look. He was very respectful about it though. Like he wasn't on no like, hey, I'm the OG. Like you just getting in here. Like watch your ground. Like nah.
He said that. He just said.
He said it right.
Like,
but it was in a lot less words.
That's the OG way to do it.
Right. So the OG way though is that.
Well, here's the thing, man. I remember too when I first started. I just had a MySpace page and I used to spam people's MySpace pages with links. I used to go on Holy Culture forums all the time. I spam there, Sphere Hip Hop, spam it, like all this stuff. So I've always remembered what it was like for me when I was just starting to find my voice and trying to get people to even tune in or care about anything that I had to say or was doing or any of that. So I did not want to discourage you. Because,
right. And you didn't, obviously. Yeah. I'm still here.
Nah, you more than just still here.
Yeah, but you
Hey,
you wired different. Like it's like some people say no, and then you take that as maybe yes. Like
well, the thing is, because it was the respect factor. Like I said, he didn't try to tread on me and pull the OG Trump card. He was just like, yo, and I got it. You know, like you said, when you put in all that work, and then somebody just come and just take it and just like, hey, you know, I don't even know if I gave you credit. That was probably the other bad part.
I don't even remember. So I've been subscribed to your channel for a while, so it actually came up.
Hey, y'all heard it here first. Wait on. Subscribe to our channel. You feel me?
Twice.
Let's go. Twice.
Let's
get it.
The old channel and the new channel. Yeah, what's up, man?
Yeah,
no, it came up on my joint, and I was just like, oh, my own interview?
Right.
And it was just like, oh, no.
No, that's not my interview. You're like, no, that's not my interview. I'm going to see if I can grab the way, though. Yeah, like I said, bro, you didn't say nothing crazy. I'm going to see if I can grab it real quick.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Wado. DJWado@gmail.com.
That's it.
My Lecrae interview. Okay, look. Hold on.
Oh, this is the moment of truth right
Look, this is it right. Look, this was March 13th, 2017. Hey, fellas, first of all, let me say I enjoy you guys' YouTube. That's the way you open up talking to somebody, right?
The affirmation sandwich.
Hey, just go. Yeah, go. Let me lay it on first before I have to put my foot in your behind like I did.
Yeah, I did it.
So, you know, it's just like, hey, you know, I came across it and still I enjoyed your commentary. You all are funny, but still biblical. I don't know how far that is now, but we was then. I totally understand. The B-roll.
Still biblical, bro.
Nah, I'm just messing around. They like to take. He just called me half saved, just a little bit.
I said he's safe.
He said I'm safe.
He's safe. Okay.
I know.
He's not all the way safe. He just.
Yeah, he said I'm not always saved. I'm just saying.
I got you.
I noticed that you guys basically reposted my interview with Lecrae. On one hand, I'm glad.
I typed all that.
Yes, bro. Nah, this is your people. This is your people. This is the wife, huh?
Nah, my wife did. She doesn't really do much weight on stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, I ain't even gonna go through it all because it ain't.
I write long emails.
Yeah. I mean, this joint is 3 paragraphs.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. No, he wanted to let me know.
Thorough.
That's
Well, because
so you don't want to ever get it confused.
Facts. I mean, he basically was saying like, yo, like you did it like this, you could have did it like this and like this, and I wouldn't have had a problem. And I didn't have no problem either. I hit you back and was like, yo, no problem. Took it down immediately, and that was the end. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to have more conversations like that within Christian hip hop.
That's biblical.
Oh, I agree with that.
That's a fact.
I think though, you know, man, like I feel like, and I was telling Jered this earlier, I feel like the younger generation, y'all are doing that way better than the generation of people I came in with. I think we were very, like all our role models, it was like a rapper and their crew. So you always felt like there had to be a hierarchy.
Right.
It was Jay-Z and Rockefeller, Cameron and Dipset, you know, T.I. and Disturbing the Peace. Like, you know what I mean? Lil Wayne and Young Money. Like that was our, and not saying that some of that doesn't exist, but I feel like the younger generation is a lot more collaborative than we
very much so.
were. Like we were cliquish. We collabed,
That's a fact.
but if you had the same theology,
Right.
and our pastors were cool with one another,
Right.
or this other person had discipled you, it was all of that. So we had all of this stuff that was just kind of intertwined, and so I think y'all have a much better chance and opportunity to. You know what I'm saying?
I just think honestly what happened was they all started off like this younger generation, they all started off as friends, honestly.
Yeah.
They just like, oh, you rap, I rap too, cool. Hey man, we should get a song together. Before anybody even blew up, it was like we should get a song together.
But it was like that for our generation too. But it just
like you said, theology.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just the way people move, people stepping in different ways.
Dudes was friends.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I wasn't in that. I actually thought I invented Christian rap to a certain extent.
Man, you're not the first
I know,
person to say
everybody
that.
does
I did too.
Everybody.
I thought I invented
That's
something.
wild.
I shouldn't say I didn't think I invented Christian rap, but I did think I created something that people had been doing.
Right.
But there was like like Lecrae showed Tadashi, they were roommates in college.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were friends
Right.
before 116 was like, they were all legitimate. Flame, like those, them dudes with Flame, Jason, Thizzle, them dudes was friends. Like, they
I
gonna
remember
be
that. We wanted a project. We thought we was gonna get a St. Louis project from Flame, Thizzle, and Jason. It never happened. And we thought we
hey man, maybe your voice big enough to make
man,
it happen.
no, man, because every time I see them post a picture together, I'm like, when we gonna get the project? When we gonna get the project?
You got the platform.
You know what though?
Now you got the platform to put the pressure on.
Well, I think it will happen at some point. I think for a while, I mean, they might get mad if I say this, but I think dudes are competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's just, and not in a bad way, because obviously they homies. Like they
ain't trying
Flame
to
Dad died. Them dudes was right there with him. Like that's a real homie. But I think when it's competitive, I'm building a label, you building a label, he building a label,
and that was good for
then
Christian hip hop, though. That was good for
at that time.
Right.
Yeah.
So but that's what we needed. You know, it kind of started the groundwork for some infrastructure almost.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is something that a lot of people still say that we don't have. So that I think that was great. But where do you think it went wrong? You know what I'm saying? Because you left for a little bit, you got to be on the outside, kind of check in and see what was going on. I know you wanted to say stuff a lot, but you just kind of sat back in the background. Where do you think it kind of went wrong at? Was Jered's grill?
Absolutely.
I think when Jered lost all that weight, man,
that's what I'm saying.
Hey,
got us big dudes out here feeling bad, bro.
I think, man, I'm gonna say this. I think when you kind of leave what you built and started a certain way, and you say that's no good anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's part of what me and Lecrae had the differences about.
And y'all done already talked about that.
We good, man. Like, bro, they flew me down to Atlanta one time and was just like, they just showed me so much love. It was almost so much I was just like, is this like what's going on here? You know what I mean? But I think it was just a genuine, like, they knew I didn't mean any ill will towards them. Like I wasn't trying to tear them down.
Right.
It was a genuine concern. Like I really love this thing.
Right.
I think when we and I've never been the guy that says everything has to be all ministry. What I'm saying is there was a certain buy-in that people that don't even like rap that supported this whole thing because they saw the outcome of it. Mm-hmm. Like when you got people like John Piper and John MacArthur, who I don't even agree with all them dudes theologically with all their stuff. But what I'm saying is they could look at this and say, yo, like
there's fruit in this.
There's fruit in this. People are coming to the Lord. People are getting saved. Y'all are actually doing altar calls at the shows, meeting with other pastors, seeing how you can get people that just got saved plugged into churches. You're creating curriculums. Like that's a whole other different mindset. Yeah. And I think and not that everybody in the genre was doing that. That was one segment of the genre. But I think when it was almost like, oh, that's corny now, that's whack now. Yeah. I think that took away a whole lot of people that were supporting this thing. Like, bro, like I used to put on Reach Records concerts. You know how easy it was to go to a church and say, yo, we're trying to bring these dudes. It wasn't even just about the numbers. Because then you're like, yo, they're going to meet with all the youth pastors in the area. There's going to be an altar call. All these students that come to faith, we're going to try to plug them in the church. You're like, how easy that was.
It was an easy thing. It was beneficial. Well, I hate saying this, but I mean, it was what it was. It was beneficial for the churches. Because
it brought communities together.
The young people that would stop falling away, it brought them in, man.
And look, man, they Unashamed tour. Like, bro, there was thousands of people.
Dude, I went to the Unashamed 5.
Dee-1. He found out about Christian rap in this whole community from an Unashamed tour.
What? Yo, I'm gonna have to ask him about that. Yo, I didn't know that.
Ask him about that, bro.
That's crazy.
Dee-1. There's so many people like that.
So clearly, I came in after all that was over.
Yeah, because
I came after all that.
Yeah, he came in at the point where
I came in when we was all out here, man.
Well, I think the tricky part was this is the tricky part. When this was happening, Lecrae was still elevating. Like he put Anomaly out after that started happening.
Mm-hmm.
So on the surface, it was just like, yo, this dude is going through the atmosphere, and he was, and he was still opening doors. But I think the infrastructure for a lot of other people who were under that, it crumbled because it was like you had people that were just like, can I even trust what y'all are doing?
Right.
To a certain extent, and I don't want to blame this all on Lecrae. I think that's unfair.
Lecrae blames it on himself.
Yeah.
Like when we did our interview with Lecrae, he was like,
I remember.
Yeah, he was like, yo, you know, when we did our interview with Lecrae, okay, after I stole Wado's clip, hey, 4 years later, we get an interview with Lecrae.
Well, you know the beauty of it, bro. It's like everything comes full circle.
That's a fact.
Like I thought that was a dope moment.
That's a fact.
Like, cause I definitely thought about that. I was just like, yo, they stole my interview. Now they got their own. Like, look at this. And it's a beautiful thing.
But again, man, it's all about y'all reaching out to me. Like me and Jered, we talk all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? And Jered knows, man, I go through it with the hip hop corner. You know what I'm saying? But he done told me, like, yo, bro, you know, it is what it is. Just keep going. Like with you, with your email, like you wasn't being rude or disrespectful or anything. You know, I had something of yours.
You got a lot of people that be rude and disrespectful to you.
But you know what?
I know.
It don't bother me.
And you know what? Like, and he would never say this, but I've encouraged him to just be like, yo, do what you're gonna do. Yo, like however you gonna do it, just do it. Like, because you're in a lane by yourself.
That's a fact.
And a lot of times when you're in that lane by yourself, people ain't gonna understand.
What's popping, Bax?
They're not gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, here's the thing. So I tell you this.
Mm-hmm. That dude. What you think about Bax, Wado?
Oh, he's dope.
Bax? Greatest lyrics, bro. Great him.
Nah, he's really good.
He is though.
So I'm gonna say this. I'm always impressed when dudes that are way younger than me and they doing boom bap.
Boom bap. That is his lane.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like that always. I'm just like, yo, bro. Like I remember when Big Deal first came out, and Indie, like I got the Tribe Called Quest thing immediately. Like I used to text them like, yo, did you listen to this album? Was your uncle putting you on this album? Like that, to me, that's like a whole different, like, because that's, you know.
Well, and I also think it's a skill. I saw something the other day. I think it's a skill where you can do boom bap and not sound dated.
Yeah, bro.
Like that right there.
Yeah.
Like that is a talent, and definitely Bass has that, man.
Yeah. It's a little Joey Badish.
Yeah. Very much so.
Yeah. But I like that because this space doesn't really have a prominent voice that makes that sound.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Like even the ones that can do it, generally, you know, they wade in the trap music sometimes and all like that. Well, that's not the pocket that they stay.
Your counterpart is good on your teammate is good on boom bap. Dayton, but he don't just ride boom bap.
Not anymore. He used to.
He's
evolved.
Yeah.
I feel like Dayton needed challenge.
Trying to do something else.
Yeah. Oh, because he was just one of those where it's just, okay, this is one.
Yeah, definitely.
Speaking of being boring, when is this R&B album coming, Jered?
Soon.
R&B Jered. Look, he ain't trying to give us a man. We had Domination 21. Give us something, Jered. When is this R&B, not rap, R&B album coming, man?
Soon. I just got to make sure it's right, man.
Hey, you should give us a little something, man.
No, I'm straight.
Yeah,
give us a little something.
Nah, he got his rap voice right now.
Yeah, I'm in my rap voice.
You said you got to warm up the voice.
Yeah,
I'm in rap
he need his
right.
tea, his lemon, man. You know how that go, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to just be a rapper today.
Hey, man,
Look, I drink some of that too, though, bro. That throat coat, that mug get you
Ooh.
right.
Yeah, it
I
do.
do the real coke.
It do.
So, anyways, man, this is legendary having. This is legendary, bro. You knew something wild was gonna come out, my man. That's why you didn't want to come in here.
I'm gonna say this to you though.
What's up, Jay? Be real with me too.
Yeah. So when I first started, I didn't get the same kind of energy that you got. I got it from a different place though, and this is what it is. The dudes who were like, I don't do Christian music for ministry, were always mad at me for years.
I believe it.
And even if I played their music, like a lot of them were, you know what I mean? And a lot of them dudes, like, they not even in the space anymore. Like, just some crazy stuff happening.
Like they done
with a lot of them. Yeah, like I mean, just like you, just like, are you even in the faith anymore? Bro?
Right.
Like, you
and
know,
they'll tell you they are too.
Yeah.
That's the crazy part.
But you're not sure. But
right.
But they may not be safe.
But what I'm saying,
right.
Yeah, and I say this like, you know, you really have to be, once you're clear on this is what God has placed on my heart to do, and this is why He's placed it on my heart to do, you don't worry about those people anymore. You know what I mean? Like it was like I felt like when I first started in, you know, doing a music podcast and all this is before I was even on YouTube. It was like I was too hood for the gospel music people. And I was, you know, I've been in Black Baptist churches until recently my whole life. So that was my world. Like, so it was just like they wasn't really rocking with me like that. But I was too churchy maybe for some of the hardcore hip hop dudes.
Right. I can see that.
That was already in the podcast space. So it was just like there was this tension that I had from both of these worlds that I was trying to get acceptance from. And then I realized, like, one, you're not going to get acceptance from them. And two, it don't even matter.
Right.
Like, you need to just
run your race.
Dude,
run your race.
I tell people, I love telling this story just because it's such a wild one. When I was in middle school, I had, and y'all probably heard me talk about it, but I was watching this show. I used to love the show called Recess. Used to love it. TJ Detweiler is the most popular kid on there. They had an episode where this kid, TJ Detweiler, went through the entire episode trying to make one kid like him. And at the end of the episode, he said, I don't understand why you don't like me. I've done nothing wrong. I've tried to do nothing. And he was sharing stuff with him, all this stuff. And the kid said, I just don't like you. And that has stuck with me to this point on. It's going to be people that just, I mean, no matter what you do, they just not going to rock with you. And they don't even have hate towards you. They just like, I just can't, like I just can't get with that. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, just run your race because somebody's not going to like you. It's like that. But I think what we do in Christian hip hop, if one person don't like us, we put that on a grand scheme of everybody within it don't like us. Thizzle said it one time when we interviewed him. You know, I'm just name dropping, man, because y'all need to know. Y'all need to know that we do this. But when I was interviewing Thizzle one time, he was like, man, he said, there's the loud three. He said, you can have 100 good comments. Yep. 3 people say something bad, it mess up your whole day, your whole week. You go almost to a month. And he said, man, you got to ignore those people because they are not the consensus for the entirety of the genre.
They're not. And I think, the other thing, there was a book that came out, it's probably about 7 years ago. It might be more than that. That might be 10 years ago. And the book was called Tribe. And it was by, I can't think of the guy's name. He's a popular author. But he basically said there's a group of people who think like you, who they may dress like you, they may even look like you. And what they really want is a leader for whatever their ideology or thought process is. Mm-hmm. And what you really need to do is develop your tribe. Seth Godin. And when I got that, I was just like, yeah, man, like he's basically saying you need to develop your fan base and give your fan base the kind of content that they want and not worry about other people. So like even now, like I'm relaunching my podcast and I work at this huge church. There's a lot of influential people in the Christian world that work at my church. And so they're like, yo, man, you should start interviewing these pastors, Andy Stanley and some of these other people. And I'm just like, man, that's great, but that's not, my audience doesn't really want to see me talk to Andy Stanley. Like, so unless I want to start a whole different brand, I've considered that. I'm just like, I don't like that. That's not passion. I'm not passionate about that. You know what I mean? Exactly. And my existing audience, now they love to hear me talk to Eric Mason. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you know, and so it's just, I think like
Michael Tye.
Of course.
Michael Tye. You can get Michael Tye.
Absolutely. So at the end of the day, I think you just have to, and I would say this to any creative that's, you know what I mean? Like any artist that's in the chat.
Yeah, all 11 people in the chat. I just go on this Periscope too. I don't know who on there,
but anybody that's listening, whatever you're doing, if you write books, you're speaking, you're teaching, you're blogging, you're vlogging, you're podcasting, you're whatever you're doing to create content, just focus on building your tribe.
Speak to the people.
And here's what they'll do. They will tell other people who think like them, that live in their community, they homies, like, yo, you know how many people have found out about me over the years because somebody told them. And I'm not that great at marketing. I'm just being honest. But it's somebody told them. I was speaking to a demographic of people that nobody else was speaking to. And so, I mean, it's not it. Like, here's the other thing. It's not the entirety of Christian rap. Like, there's people who were not into Christian rap, but because they could relate to me on other stuff that we were talking about. Right. Maybe it's the Black Baptist Church background. Maybe it's I talk about sports occasionally. Whatever it is, they felt like they could relate. That's all it is, man. Like, the people that hate, hey, man, I block people, bro. I block
my
people.
block ministry is expensive. It is expensive.
I don't block nobody, man.
I don't like Matumbo.
Now I should, because that mental health, that's a serious thing.
Block them,
man. And you know, and I heard another great, and I tweeted it today. Social media is not a real place. And people in Christian hip hop get sucked into that. You know, I know somebody, a very wise man once told me, I got more checks than people with blue checks. Very wise man told me that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. Like, don't get sucked into the social media whirlwind. Oh, 100 people like my stuff. Oh, you know, because you be out here looking like Meg Thee Stallion and not doing nothing when your music actually come out. Like, you know what I'm saying? But seriously, man, it is what it is. But like I said, man, you shouldn't get sucked in it. You know, 2.0 said that the church has an identity crisis. You know, he said, you know, we got an identity crisis in the church. We should be identified by the purpose we fulfill, not by what makes us popular.
Purpose.
Not by what makes us popular.
Purpose.
And he said, good for you, Wado, for being on the show. This show is on my bucket list. Oh, him. 2.0 want to be on your show. 2.0. He want to be on your show.
I got you.
No, 2.0. You can't. He said no. So. Hey, man, but I really appreciate y'all for jumping in here, man. I am so excited for this.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Hey, man, no problem, man. You know,
I was just coming in here because we had never actually
Jered.
And I didn't know you was rocking, so
yeah, no. Like I said, I'm going live, man. So they here for us and everything else.
with you, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, I'm being right back. Y'all don't go nowhere. I gotta bring somebody else in here. Don't go nowhere. I gotta bring somebody else in here. Talk to this great.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I love you, bro.
Don't go nowhere.
I love you, bro. For real.
Hey, man, same, bro.
Yeah, man. It's man, it's an honor, bro.
Hey, this is my son, Nate.
Okay. I figured, bro. Just like hey, we gonna catch up, man.
I'll be here all day, bro. I'm gonna be here till you find.
Okay, bet. I mean, what you want, man? Come say hi to the people real quick. So
I'm not doing an interview. I look ugly.
That's fine, man. Just say what's up to the 3 people that's in there. There we go. All of that. Hey, y'all, next up we got Dee-1 coming. Y'all make sure y'all stay in here for big threes. Y'all know what it is. It's the Crew's Hip Hop Corner. Make sure y'all are sharing this stream. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your friends, tell everybody that right now we are going live with Domination artists. I know y'all really want to know why I've been gone. Honestly, because social media ain't a real place. Hey, babe. DJ Noble, okay. That's my bucket list right there. I still ain't got plane. I ain't got you. I ain't got Craig. I ain't got plane yet, man. I got them a few times. That makes it really good. No, that's it. Hey, man, definitely love to connect, man. Yes, sir. Hey, real talk, man. We'll be in touch, man. Oh, you can come right here, right? Yes, sir. Yep. Hey, I told y'all, be real, be righteous, be relevant. Y'all know what it is, man.
Yeah, yeah.
We got the man with the big threes in the building, right there. You know what I'm saying?
Big threes up. Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir. Slingshot, the official Slingshot David is in the building, man. How you feeling, man?
I'm great, bro. I'm great. This is a great time to be active, man. You know, we took about a year and some change, kind of sitting at the crib, getting used to doing all this virtual stuff.
That's a fact.
Man, I feel great, bro. I don't know if everybody watching this is aware, because it doesn't even feel real, bro. But like, man, picture. I just found out I'm nominated for an Emmy Award tonight.
What? Hold on, let me
In
see.
the
Let me
category, yeah.
see if they can see that.
Yeah.
Y'all see this right here?
Yeah.
Dee-1 nominated for an Emmy?
In the category
What?
with look who in the category: Will Smith, Red Table Talk, Resolving, the one he did with Jered. You heard me?
Yeah.
Michelle Obama. Yeah, bro. It's a show that I hosted in New Orleans last year, bro. It's a show we did. It was called The Manhattan Project. Time Magazine Kid of the Year. Like, we in the category with all these heavy hitters, bro. Nominated for an Emmy.
Bro, and you know we gonna talk about that because we always talk about your W. So why don't we just get into that? Do you ever get tired of winning? I see the wooden watches on right now.
Oh, yeah.
You go to a New Orleans game, you hear your voice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? you out here making Corona claps for the mayor and different things like that, man. You was also named. I don't know what it's called, so I need you. But you know what I'm saying?
The governor of Louisiana.
There we go. Yeah.
Appointed me to the Louisiana Council for the Success of Black Men and Brothers.
Right, and that's a big deal.
Became the first rapper in Louisiana history to become a governor's appointee. Yeah, so like to be in that ecosystem, you know, with so many heavy hitters on the business and the political and the educational arena in my state, for me to be the only entertainer on there and the youngest person on that council, it's a blessing, bro.
They're giving you your congrats, bro. They're giving them to you.
Thank
you know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
So, man, that is so huge to me. So, when does it get to a point where you're like, dang, that's crazy? Or is it kind of in the point where you're like, I mean, hey, man, when you rap for God, this is what happened. You go about your business.
Everything still feels like the first time I ever, you know, got posted on a hip hop blog, or the first time I heard my song on the radio. All of this stuff still feels the same. That's why I'm excited when I see you, because I know our history. I'm excited to come and sit down with you. You know, you ain't gotta be shy that, like D. You think you don't want to sit, man? Look, it's a pleasure for me.
Hey, that first time we did it, you had a concert in Oklahoma City, and we waited around forever. I mean, you know, you was doing your thing, because one thing you do, you know, you don't ice out the fans. You even told us, you was like, "Yo, I'll do the interview, but I gotta meet with the fans first. Like, I can't just have them come and then we jump into an interview and they can't find me."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I always knew you were solid, you know, from that standpoint. You know, I mean, we was rocking with you since like Stupid Fool. Like, what? Bro, I don't know about that.
Everybody don't know about them days.
Man, they don't know, but you were still, I mean, you know, obviously you've grown now, but dude, I mean, you were real about your faith, you know? Now people, hold on. Now, this is a question a lot of people ask me. Do you consider yourself a Christian hip hop artist or just a positive artist?
Yeah, I actually don't consider myself any of the above. I don't feel like it's my job to tell people what kind of an artist I am. I think it's my job to create the art and to let people interpret it as they may, you know.
I like that.
Some people might be like, D-1 is in my top 5. Other people might be like, yo, D-1 is a person who I like these songs from him, you know, these individual songs. Next person might be like, I love D-1, but I love D-1 for the work he does around financial literacy or da-da-da-da. Bro, it's just my job to be D-1 and to make sure that whatever D-1 is, that he's doing it, keeping the Lord first. And as long as I'm doing that, yeah, bro, whatever people call me or consider me, I think it's cool that different people interpret my art in different ways.
Now, I heard that the first time you even got introduced to this was at a 116 concert in New Orleans. Tell me how true that is.
The first time I got introduced to
as far as you knew about Christian hip hop, the first time you kind of really knew about it or found out about it, 116 New Orleans. Talk to me. Tell me or not if that's true.
Yeah, that's false. I don't know who said that.
Maybe Wado said that.
Wado said that?
Nah. Yeah, and maybe I called it wrong because I just had him in here and we just went over a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
But he was saying because he was saying people didn't know about this thing, but when they started bringing 116 to churches, that's how a lot of people started finding out. Like, not the fact about being a Christian rapper or a positive rapper, like maybe he was already on it, but how big this community was, or that there even was a community.
Oh yeah, so the first time I found out about how big the community was I went on tour with Lecrae and Propaganda. Okay. Yeah, and it was called the Higher Learning Tour.
I remember that one.
There you go.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Lecrae, Propaganda.
Yeah.
It was hosted by my man, comedian Bone Hampton. So that showed me like how deep this community truly was. Prior to that, I didn't really have any exposure to the Christian hip hop community, you know, through seeing it with my own 2 eyes. Me and Lecrae collaborated on a song called Work.
I remember that. Yep.
So
I remember that.
And that didn't show me how deep the community was. That just allowed me to collaborate with an artist who was ingrained in the Christian hip hop community. But I wasn't able to see it until we were out there on the road, and I was like, whoa. Keep in mind, right before I went on tour with Lecrae and Propaganda, I was on tour with Macklemore, right?
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So and before that, I was on tour with Grand Hustle. So because I was about to sign with Grand Hustle, I was signed to them for management. So I come from these tours to where I'm a Christian dude. My music is obviously clean.
It is,
and it's something to where it's very message driven. But I'm on these tours to where I can tell that, like, man, I'm different from what these people came out here to see tonight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really different from what they want, but I'm dope enough to where I'm still able to get them hooked on me, although I'm not what they came to see. But when I went on that tour, that was the first time that I experienced a community of fans who I could just fully be myself.
Right.
And I felt like they were like, yes, you are enough. You are authentic. You are really a believer, and you're a talented artist. We love that, and you're different. You're unique, and they appreciated that, bro. That felt so great. I remember telling Lecrae, I said, bro, I'm trying to experience more and more of this type of feel. You know what I mean? Like, God has me out here in the streets and trying to appeal to the mainstream hip hop audience, and that's cool. And I come from that world, so I can always be a soldier that's out there. You know,
they like you. Like, they actually connect. Like, they really connect with you.
They do connect with me. It's a different type of connection, though, bro. I must say, like, it's a different type of connection than you know, ain't nobody gonna hold you down like your own.
That's
so when
fact.
I say your own, meaning like if our views and if our faith is like in line with one another, then automatically it feels like we have a brotherhood and a sisterhood and kind of like a family type relationship. So with me and the fans in the CHH community, it is something to where I just feel I feel that there's a level of like support for me that I haven't felt too many other places.
So what would you say? And I definitely do understand him, and I think that that's just so dope. And somebody like you said, being able to be yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not having to, okay, let me make sure I put Jesus in here 20 times.
Right.
So I can fit the quota.
Right.
Or let me not say him as much so I can, you know what I'm saying, be accepted out here.
Right.
That's one thing that I personally always liked about you. My brother too, I wish he could have been here. That's what we've always liked about you. What would you say? You know how NBA always be like, well, what's your welcome to NBA moment? You're not in the news like our news like that for anything outside of, when you made you can't be racist and Christian. Like, that was when they really trying to come for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember your kind of welcome to CHH moment? Or you know what I'm saying? My
welcome to CHH moment. It had to be when I did my song, I'm Not Perfect, I'm a Christian.
Oh man. Bro,
yeah,
that one. That's not. I love that one, bro.
That was it, bro.
That's the one.
Before then, I think people would be like, we think he is, but it's not explicit enough for us. He got You Stupid Fool. He got songs like J50 and Weezy. He got songs
classics
he got songs that are dope, and we see that he's a conscious brother, or we see he's positive, but is he like all the way on fire, bold, for Jesus Christ? That song, I'm Not Perfect, I'm a Christian. Mm-hmm. That song, I think, stamped it for a lot of people to where they were like, yep, we gonna fully embrace him now. Mm-hmm. So that was that, because I came around at a time where people like Lecrae were, kind of trying to like, I guess shed that title of being a Christian hip hop artist.
Yeah, and he's talked about it. This ain't nothing new.
Yeah. So I came around at a time where, and I came around like being around him, really, being on tour with him, and being in public spaces with him, to where for me, I was just like, well, look, I don't know how to tell people how to feel about me. All I know how to do is just to embody, who it is that I am, and from there, bro, you either gonna hate it or love it. So I think that for me, I never learned the rules of here's how to be a Christian hip hop artist.
There are none. Okay. I mean, and I'm laughing about it because people get in and they do kind of have these like imaginary rules that they follow, and I get it, man. It's people trying to have some sort of structure in a area that needs it. I mean, it's Christian rap, right? So you can't just go out here and just do what you want to do,
right,
on one side. So, but the problem is that a lot of people try to put their own convictions on other people, and it's not necessarily biblical, but it's God dealing with them about that in their life. So then it's like, yo, Dee-1, you shouldn't, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? By the way, I think the hardest verse I can't say the hardest verse you spit, but when I heard this verse, I said, man, Dee-1, Dear Mr. Christian. Bro, your verse on Dear Mr. Christian?
Yeah.
Bro, I would replay that all the time. That one, right? Me personally, I think that's the one that puts you on the map, because people were listening to You Stupid Fool. People, they was watching like, oh yeah, he cool. Yeah, I like to listen to my Dee-1, you know what I'm saying? But when you did Dear Mr. Christian, it was like, oh no, Dee-1 is here. Okay. He's a part of the community. Okay. Like, it ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. That verse was fire. Yeah.
Drinking till I vomit. My arm, look, tear that on my face. I
love that one, man. I love it, man. Wow. So, what can people expect from you tonight? So, this isn't your first show post-COVID, is it?
They say about us. Oh, it's not about us. It's against us. Against us with Lupe and Crit was such an eye-opener to the industry. Oh yeah, when I did that song with Against Us remix featuring Lupe Fiasco and Big Crit, that was a big moment.
Did you think you would get in trouble for that in our community for having those rappers on your song?
No, I don't care what people think, man. No, indeed, that's my friends. You know what I mean? Like, those brothers are my friends. I did a show at a church in Orlando, and they boycotted me outside the show, bro. Like, what? They had a strike. They had people picketing with signs and everything saying, Dee-1 is a friend of the devil, and this, that, and the third.
I don't understand why they do that, bro. I went to a winter jam, and after the winter jam was over with, it was a bunch of people picking signs and everything, saying, "Oh, this is the devil's music, and y'all can't do." And I told them, I said, "Are y'all gonna be here next week when Miley Cyrus come through?"
Wow.
Because at least we were getting Christ lyrics.
Yeah.
Like, what's wrong with the people? You know, you hear rap or they hear hip hop. You know, and the X ministries have ruined that for a lot of people. We know that. You know what I'm saying? Different things like that, man. But I'm so happy for you to be here. So you're performing tonight, Domination 21.
Yeah.
What can the people expect from you?
Oh man, you know me. I'm a top-notch performer because
Out of city, don't text and drive, bro. That's dangerous.
Oh wow.
Oh, he said he was at a light.
He's at a light. All
All
right.
right, cool. He gonna clean that up.
Yeah. Bro, I'm a top-notch performer because I literally approach every performance like, man, what if I never get to do this again? I still remember being a college student at LSU in Louisiana doing my first ever performance, and it was at a talent show. And I remember that feeling I had on stage, and I was like, God, like, man, I would love to be able to do this over and over and over again in life. And here I am all these years later, having done thousands of performances since then. So I don't take any of them for granted because I just remember that young college kid who was praying for the opportunity to get to perform more and more. So, yeah, so you're going to get a bunch of passion from me on stage. You know what I'm saying?
I haven't. The first show I saw you at, I was so surprised. You wound up performing so bad, you lost your voice.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's like the one. So you had, because you was on a tour, at the same Shot David tour, as a matter of fact, and you was having shows like back to back to back. Like you was doing them, I think Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or something like that. And so you were like, yo, like, but you gave your all. You didn't slack off. I ain't even gonna cap. I was pissed about our interview. I ain't even gonna cap, bro, because I can tell you this because we good, bro.
Yeah.
But because and it was just immaturity on my part because you were trying to say, like, you know, you're a performer. I'm like, man, I drove out. It was only an hour and a half. But I drove out there to get an interview with you, and you whispering. But I fixed it with the audio and all of that.
I was legit whispering.
You was legit whispering, and I didn't have to raise it up like when I found out at the end. I didn't have to raise it up like that. The camera picked it all up fine. But I was like, dang, man, I can't believe he did me and my brother. I can't believe he did us like this. And after I said, you know what, man, it's cool, which is why I had you on the show again when we did the Zoom joint. Yeah. That's why I got you now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it was never no hard feelings, bro. Because that's the type of energy you put in your performances.
Yeah, bro. Like for real. Like sometimes when you go all out with your live performances, you gotta learn how to. I don't want to say tone it down. You gotta learn how to control your passion, and that's something that I have a problem doing sometimes. Is controlling my passion. I just go all out vocally or all out just physically to the point where it's like, man, I'm voiceless because for the last 3 days I've been, going off so much, or I'm just extremely tired because I might sleep 2 hours, a night because I'm so excited. Just this is a great time in life too, bro. Like I'm blessed that many days I sit back and I be like, yo, I'm able to do what I love. I'm able to be successful enough at it to where like young kids will look up to me and be like, oh, I wanna be like that. Like that dude is cool and he's successful. And I'm also able to like be mindful enough to know that none of this is because of my talent alone. Right. Like this is all me making a decision to use my talent to glorify God. So God continues to multiply the blessings. Then the fact that I'm doing that, it just feels so right. It's like, this is what we're supposed to be doing, using our unique gifts and talents to maximize the impact we can have in this world and give all the glory to God. You know what I mean? Like I said, yeah, bro, to have, you mentioned the watch company. I got a wooden watch company.
Fire.
Arburnett.
Yep.
Fire. ArburnetBrand.com. To be able to even change the game when it comes to watches and timepieces. Our community is taught, man, you gotta have a Rolex, you gotta have an AP, that's really lit. And it's like, man, who really has $10,000 and $20,000 to be dropping on them type of watches? We wanted to make something that's cool, but it's also cost effective. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's eye catching, but it's also economical. You know what I mean?
I like them. See them in person. Like when we did the story on that song, like I said in the story, I didn't think, wooden watches. You know what I'm saying? You don't think. Yeah. But then when I saw them, I was like, okay, these are fire. And then seeing them on you,
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
nice, man.
It feel good to get into games that are typically run by like a few powerful people,
Mhm.
and to get in there and be like, man, I'm about to shake this whole game up. So we selling these watches between $80 and $200, way more affordable than
Way more.
all the other watches, but they just as dope and they're unique. Who else, got wooden watches like it's something unique and special? And same thing with the music game, bro. Like, I don't just want to be in the game. The goal is to change the game. The goal is to be in the game, but to be able to bring yourself to the game, So I love that I used to be a teacher before this, because people might think, oh, that's a route for nerds, or that's a route, that.
That's what I thought when I first found out. I was like, he a teacher?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Like, I like people to hear that stuff, man, because now somebody else who's insecure about maybe their background or their humble beginnings, now they'll have the courage to say, man, it don't matter how I started out, it's how I finish, and I can control the narrative around who I am, So if people think that being a teacher is nerdy, well, I'm here to make it be like, look, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's cool. Like look at me, like I own this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I own.
You didn't run from it. I can honestly say that you didn't run from it. You've always told your story. I mean, having the car that was breaking down even after you signed the deal to RCA, like. I mean, that was just, I was like, yo, man, he a normal nigga. Like, that's, I mean, hey, they know. I'm going to just keep it a being. Like, that's what I was like, oh, okay. Yeah. All right, we good. You know what I'm saying? So, nah, man, I think you being transparent, I think that's the reason why people connect with you. I think that's why people can come up to you and say, yo, when I first heard you, I didn't like you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's real. Oh, yeah. I saw that. Yeah. Me and my brother talked about it on the show, too. Wow. Just because, I mean, that was just such a dope moment for somebody to say, man, I didn't like you. I didn't like the way you move. Whoop to whoop. You know what I'm saying? And then, they come back and be like, yo, I didn't like you. But, yo, I like you now. Wow. That's huge. What you think? Tell me this, because you and your brother, y'all definitely are. I respect that y'all are very opinionated, but y'all do it respectfully. You know what I mean? So, that being said, what do you feel like? When you think of like what Dee-1 could or should be doing to continue to grow and continue to even be more like impactful or maybe cover some ground that I'm not covering, what would you say? I won't put you on the spot. Man, to be honest, bro, you're doing everything right. What I would say is now would be, because you now have, you have Dee-1. Dee-1 is now a brand. You know what I'm saying? I would say at that point, get a couple of dudes and show them that now maybe you are. You're not to be wrong, but just get a couple within the industry, this Christian hip hop industry, whatever you want to call it. Get a couple of dudes and be like, yo, this is how I move. This is kind of what you want to do. This is the way I got these opportunities. Because the thing is, people will see you and see your opportunities, covers of magazines, you know what I'm saying? Getting articles wrote about you, different things like that. And I'd be like, okay, well, if I just keep my head down and just stay over here and just kind of tap this little nail, that's going to happen. That's not always the case. You have to make yourself accessible. You have to make yourself seen. So that's what I think a lot of people within Christian hip hop need, because a lot of these people think that, well, because I'm doing it for God, it'll come. And that's not past the realm of possibility. You know what I'm saying? Because God is God. He is who he is. I am the great I am, right? But the fact of the matter is, a lot of these people get in this because they know how to rap and they don't know the business aspect of it. So maybe setting up a master class of kind of how you know what I'm saying, maneuver in it. Same thing I've told Emcee Nice, because he has, you know what I'm saying, his hands in everything. You know what I mean? So that's what I think. Because as a rapper, bro, you got that. Rapping with different, we just talked about, you have a song with the GOAT of Christian hip hop. Call it what it is. Look great. You have a song with that person. So with that being said, bro, that's my thing. That's what I think. Yeah, that's good to know that, bro. Like I like hearing that type of feedback, bro. Like I'm a dude that has learned valuable life lessons from people in prison, from people without a high school diploma, from people who are considered the outcasts of society, So I'm never above hearing genuine, input from somebody. Right. And you are definitely a person who you take an interest in this type of stuff. So you're not just shooting this out the side of your neck. No. Dude, I got into this because I loved Christian hip hop and stumbling across people like you. Of course, I knew about Lecrae and different ones like that, and that's what kind of made me a fan and know, okay, Christian rap. But hearing people like you and a Derek Minor and a Thizzle, even a Reconcile, people that's really from the gutter. You know what I'm saying? But they can talk to the streets and still talk with a sense of hope. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it was a real shot, like for you to do the 50 Wayne and Jay joint. Like when I saw that, I was like, yo, because that was kind of one of those things. I was like, yo, Christian rapper calling out, mainstream wise. Like, really, are we still doing it? But you did it in such a way, like you wasn't like really. You was like, yo, you're better than this.
Right.
Like I used to listen to you. I was doing it. Like, do you realize the impact that you could have if you went this way? You know what I'm saying? And it was 50 Wayne and Jay, but maybe Kanye West heard it because, you know what I'm saying? He went totally opposite. I don't know what he's doing now, but definitely for 2 albums, he went totally opposite. And even if that's all he did, that was good. That got a lot of people looking, on one side to this space. So
for sure.
Yeah, man. But I do appreciate you joining us, man. For real, on the Hip Hop Corner, man. I know they loved you on here. That's all they said. D. So yeah, look, see that?
We out here, y'all. Thank y'all for the support. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all tapped in with me online.
Yes, sir.
D-1 Music on all social media.
Yes, sir.
DEE, the number 1 music.
We're going to do this. Hold on.
Yeah, throw that in the chisel. Yeah, music. Yes,
Got
sir.
you.
I got 2 new singles out. One called Hard to Get. Go stream that. One called Kevin Samuels. Go stream that. You heard me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kevin, man, he is a piece of work. I like Kevin Samuels though.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard the song I put out.
Nah. I haven't caught it yet, bro.
Yeah,
I haven't caught it yet.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna grab it, bro. Hey man, we'll be back with some more, man. I appreciate y'all for joining in. Thank you so much, D1. It's always a pleasure to have you on, bro.
Love.
And my wife had a crush on you. She don't want me to tell you.
Boy,
That's why I said, you sure you don't want to give him a high five?
Bro, you hilarious, bro. You a crazy little dude, bro. You
Hey man, she would do the same thing if I saw Gabrielle.
Okay. Long as it's all in good fun.
Yeah, that's
all right.
Okay, come on, get out of here.
I love my kids though. Yo, what's up? What's up, everybody? Right now we got the one and only Emcee Nice in the building.
Yo, what's up? It's going down.
A little bit taller in person than what I thought.
Oh, yeah. You know how it goes, sir.
Hey man, so this is huge.
There's some merch in the building.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like you're here supporting this event, right?
Uh-huh.
But you got your own event.
Yeah.
Now what made you want to try to support this event?
Well, man, this is CHH. And, just because we're on different coasts doesn't mean that people shouldn't be supported. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, this is all a part of the culture.
Facts.
So
you big about that. You big about the culture of Christian hip hop.
At the end of the day, I believe the culture should support the culture. That's the only way we can thrive. Hip hop do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so if we're not at, different venues that are governed by us, then why, at the end of the day, then what are we really in it for?
That's a fact. So how hard was it for you to come to this, or was it just a no-brainer because it was about the culture?
No, it's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? Plus, you got a lot of cats that are performing at Guys House of Hip Hop 2020 Summerfest on the ticket.
That's a fact. Indie Tribe is here.
Indie Tribe
And
is
Indie
here.
Tribe is also performing at that. We got The Truth here.
Mhm.
The Truth is also performing at
Yeah,
that.
we're making that announcement this week. By the way.
Oops. Oops.
It's all good. Yeah.
Scratch it. It's already live, man. My bad, y'all. Next week. Tune in next week to Guys House of Hip Hop. Nah, man.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah. Exclusive alert.
Exclusive.
Yeah.
But no, man, I think that that's dope. And I also think that it's dope that you guys are kind of intertwining artists, right? It's not like, of course, you got 70 artists, so it ain't too difficult to
Right.
intertwine with you, but you know, you got these people going here instead of, well, if you want to listen to these artists, because the way it used to be back in the day, if you want to hear 116, you got to go to a 116 concert or Winter Jam. Like that was just it. But you're providing, well, Domination is providing a means to where they can hear them at a festival type event, 10 artists. You know what I'm saying? And you got a festival too. Well, I'm a part of it too. We have a festival. Let me say that.
Okay,
We have a festival.
Include yourself.
Yeah. Guys House 2020 Guys House of Hip Hop Summerfest, man.
Right.
Guys House of Hip Hop 2020 Summerfest. Sorry. You know, we have that coming up. Now, what are you kind of expecting from that? Like as far as us, you know, looking here and being here and enjoying this. And right now, everybody's having a good time. The artists are you know, having a good time with each other. Do you expect the same thing to happen when you have more artists?
Well, think about it from this standpoint. Everybody's gonna be at the same hotel.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get along.
You know what I'm saying? We got about
Hey, we squashed all beef with any artist that was gonna be at the hotel with us. We ain't got no problems with anybody. We good with everybody that's gonna be there, man.
Right, yeah. And I think I squashed the beef because I didn't even know I had.
Yeah, you did, right?
Okay, so
Hey, man, I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
yeah. So at the end of the day, man, everybody's gonna be at the same hotels together. You know what I mean? We're all gonna be there, and I think it's gonna be even more camaraderie happening. I'm gonna tell you about something that's happening on the 16th that's probably gonna shake up the whole Christian hip hop world.
That's not exclusive.
Yeah,
I ain't got no budget.
I just ain't gonna mention it here.
You got me. Look, this is what Adam said. He said, leave it to the crew. Where you go? Leave it to the crew to make it bomb exclusive announcements. It was an accident, bro. It was an accident, city. It was an accident, city.
Yeah. It's all good.
Look, what hotel we trying to pull up? Nah, man. Nah, that's an exclusive.
I'm sure everybody's gonna go live because it is the most Instagrammable hotel in all of LA.
Let's talk about
You know what I
it.
mean?
Look, this is what y'all don't understand about Nice and his team. They didn't just throw this together and say, let's do a festival. They did the research, they spent marketing. That's why this thing is so huge, and that's why this thing has to work, guys, because they did the research in order to make this happen. The best markets to do this in, the language to be able to use to get people to want to, you know, the cut, man, down to everything, down to Nice being on the show. They thought about it all, man.
Yeah. That part.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and you know what it all boils down to?
Yeah.
It's about the culture coming together to support the culture. So if you're a true hip hop fan, then there's no reason why you shouldn't be watching 70
a fact
of our top artists, you know, performing. Well, you know, and who knows, you may have some surprise guests that y'all probably thought that wouldn't have been there is going to be there.
Y'all heard it. We can't say it, but y'all heard it.
Right, but at the end of the day, it's like this. If you support the Christian hip hop culture, then you should be streaming.
Yeah.
That ain't but $20 a day.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Plus the fees might be $37.
And then Coach Mark says support is so underrated. When support is given and reciprocated, it is a beautiful thing. And that is a fact.
Facts on that.
That is a fact.
Yeah, and so at the end of the day, man, that's what it's all about. So I'm here to support Domination. You know what I mean? Because I think what they're doing is absolutely fantastic. They're on the East Coast. We're on the West Coast.
Right.
There's no reason why we can't have multiple, situations.
It ain't on your day.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Because then that would probably be a problem because people would be conflicted in regards to where to go.
Right, exactly.
But it ain't on our day, and at the end of the day, it's a part of the culture. So why not come out here and let them know we with you, and then have them come out? We're gonna, in fact, when they come out to the Summerfest, we're gonna support them like on stage.
Yeah. And I think that it's good for them to see this, right? Because I think that one of the miscommunications in CHH is that people want to do it for them and how they can get up and when they, you know what I'm saying? And so to see you here at this event, which is has been a dope event so far with all, like I said, with all the artists and the media, getting to interact with each other before going out to the public. I think it's good for them to see you here because then it's like, okay, he is really for a culture. This festival isn't a money grab, right? Mm-hmm. This festival, he really just cares that much about Christian hip hop that he wants to throw this huge festival, and I think it shows in your support here, Nice.
Oh man, yeah. At the end of the day, we got the best rappers in the game.
We do.
You know
That's a fact.
People don't know about it because the spotlight ain't on us. I'm putting the spotlight on, like, yo, we got the best rappers, we got the best beat makers in the game. You know what I mean? And if people were to be honest, and we put on a Jered Sanders record versus this record, you and didn't tell you who it was, and you just graded them based on what you heard, I guarantee he gonna stand out more than that.
That's a fact, guys.
You see what I'm saying?
That is a fact.
But people don't know about it.
Yeah.
So that's what God's House Hip Hop 2020 Summerfest is planning to do. It's almost like a luxury, high-end showcase of all the artists that we have in the culture. You know what I'm saying? Or majority of the artists that we have in the culture. And people's like, well, y'all compare it to, y'all not Coachella, y'all not this.
We are a CHH.
And I said, why wouldn't we be? These are our stars.
Yeah.
So how you gonna tell us what we not and you not in our culture? So you can't talk.
Like the who's who within our culture is going to be at this show. Just like the who's who, because we're here at Domination 21 is here. Like I said, we have Indie Tribe, we have The Truth, Jered Sanders, Dee-1. All these people that make noise within Christian hip hop is here at this event, guys. So if you're in the area, make sure y'all get here. And don't forget, we got God's House of Hip Hop 2020 Summerfest, September 16th, 17th and 18th.
16th, we're gonna make an announcement.
Okay, so we ain't made that. So right now, September 17th and 18th, outside is back open. So y'all dropped the $59 ticket price range.
Because everybody keeps complaining about how expensive the tickets are, but I'm like, first off, we in California, different economy, right? That's a fact. Second, we heard you. We dropped a $59 a day ticket. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, you cannot complain about it being too pricey.
Who's that? Nice is like that one pastor that makes it to 5 services in one day and still preach at their own church. That's a fact, bro.
Man, I'll take that.
That's a fact, bro.
Real quick, shout out to C. Goss and DJ Quo.
Yeah, big shout out to them.
They really doing some things and they treat you real good.
Dope story about Quote. Quote approached me 4 years ago. He heard us on YouTube and he told me, he said, I like what y'all do. I want to put y'all on our show. And he just started, we said, cool. He started taking, and he exposed us to people that didn't know about us. So Quote has always been solid. And then Corey, hit us and he was like, yo, we got this event. Do y'all mind? Would you like being a part? I'm like, yeah, because, it feels good when people accept you and know you for you and really want you to be a part. Like, it ain't no shadiness. Like, nah, you do your thing over there. We're going to do our thing. You know what I'm saying? And I know you slept on a lot, bro, but I think that's about to change. With Rise, with Rise Magazine and God's House of Hip Hop, the radio, I don't think people understand how huge that is, but they will.
Yeah, shout out to Nate Thompson, Dr. Nate Thompson, Rise Magazine.
Yes.
Another magazine for the culture. You know what I mean? So it's, at the end of the day, it's about us creating the ecosystem so that we can thrive within it.
Where can they get that magazine at?
RiseMagazine.com. RYZE. Yeah, magazine.com. Not only that, you can catch the crew in there every month.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Hey, we got an exclusive, man. Y'all don't understand. We got our Gas Fire Pass. I know y'all haven't been seeing it on the show, but we do it every month in the Rise Magazine.
Yep.
So y'all can go and get y'all copy. And can they look at former copies at Rise Magazine?
Yeah, you can look at all.
Look at former copies, man.
Yeah, we had Bizzle on the cover.
Yep.
We had The Truth on the cover.
Track Stars was just on the cover.
Track Stars was just on the cover.
Yep. We about to be on the cover. Put them on the spot.
That's not happening right at this moment, but but I'm sure.
I love you, man. I love you, bro. Hey, he knows it's all love. Like it's never any hate, bro.
The new one coming out got Brian Trejo on the cover.
Hey,
So you know that's another underrated artist. But
he is within the culture, but he has a following,
his
man.
following is incredible.
And he also will be.
He's
God's
one of the
House
headlines. Yeah. So
yes, sir.
man, we all about the culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think in order for the ecosystem, meaning the culture, in order for these artists to thrive within the culture, we have to be able to support that so that they can thrive within the culture. I hate having to see artists perform on today or tomorrow and then having to go do Uber, on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? We want them to thrive and continue to minister the word through music so that as often as possible.
And this ain't gonna be no churching, no, you get a sermonette, none of that. It's about to be all music.
Yeah, there's different spaces for that, man. There's different spaces for that. If we wanted to do a worship concert or festival, we would do that. Mm-hmm. This is straight live entertainment. We turn up too. Christians turn up too.
Hey, that's a fact.
It'll just be it'll be our form of turn up.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm here. I'm with the crew.
Look, you even got respect from Dax. And he a young gun. Like he doing this thing in the game, man.
Oh yeah, I see him. Yeah, we're gonna be reaching out.
Hey, there you go. You heard that, Dax?
Yeah, we're gonna be reaching out because 2022 we opened up submissions in October for 2022.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
submissions in October for the 2022 Summerfest, y'all.
Yeah,
come on.
2020. Yeah, we're 2020. People will understand.
They want to know.
Why is it 2020? We're in 2020.
Watch our interview and y'all find out.
Right. 2020. 2020 vision is perfect vision. We're saying through Christ, you have perfect vision. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's always going to be 2020. In 2032 is going to be God's House of Hip Hop 2020 Summerfest 2032. So at the end of the day, that's what 2020 means. It's about having perfect vision.
That's what you call.
He said, wait.
Yeah, I'll bet. Man, but I really do appreciate you for being on the show, bro. You know, it's always love on this end of the spectrum, bro. Everything, and I'll give you your flowers on camera because everything that you've done for us, bro, has been huge, has been major, and I think it's dope that we're both here, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, just getting started. That's a fact. That is a fact, man. Hey, man, but we'll be back later on with more artist interactions, more interviews, different things like that, man. Y'all make sure y'all stay tuned, man. Y'all already know who it is, what it is, and what we do, man. It is your boy, Jered. And this is Nice. Hey, it's on. I'm talking about Nice. Love it, bro.